Hello. So this would be our second problem for the differentiation of trigonometric functions. So if you want to watch the first video, so we have there our first problem for taking the derivatives of trigonometric functions. So our problem now is we need to differentiate this function over here. So this is we need to differentiate x equal to cosine x divided by 1 plus sine x. So we need to differentiate this one, which involves trigonometric functions cosine and sine. So we need to identify the rule in here, and as you can see, it involves a fraction. So we have the numerator as cosine x, and the denominator is 1 plus sine x. So we have cosine divided by 1 plus sine x. Since it involves division, we will apply the quotient rule. So we need to apply the quotient rule with these trigonometric functions. So the same, if you want to review how we solve the quotient rule, we also prepared videos for this, previous videos for this. So just go through the previous videos on how to solve the derivative using the quotient rule. So in this case, it's a fraction. It is a fraction. That means it involves division, a numerator and a denominator. So we need to use a quotient rule. In the quotient rule, we have, if you are given with a function, we need to let the numerator be u and the denominator, we let it be v. So u divided by v. The numerator is u, the denominator is v. And the quotient rule states that the derivative would simply be equal to the denominator multiplied to the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator divided by the denominator square, v squared. All right? It's quite easy, right? It's just multiplication, but we need to have the derivative of the numerator and the derivative of the numerator computed, because here we have the derivative of the numerator in the formula. We also have the derivative of the denominator in the quotient rule formula. So we need to compute for both. Remember, this is our numerator, that's our u, that is cosine x. Our denominator, it should be letter v, and the denominator is 1 plus sine x. So what we do here is we will take the derivative of that, and we also need to take the derivative of that and put it back into the equation of the quotient rule. So now we will take the derivative of u and v. So what's the derivative of the numerator, which is cosine x? The answer is negative sine x. That is the derivative of cosine x. Now, what is the derivative of this? That is v, right? So what's the derivative of v? The derivative of v is simply equal to 0 plus cosine x, or simply cosine x. So the derivative of 1 plus sine x, this one is derivative of 1, of course, is constant, so it's 0. Derivative of sine x is cosine x. And if you simplify it, 0 plus cosine x, the answer would just be cosine x. So now we have the derivative of the numerator, and we also have the derivative of the denominator. So once we have that, we simply go back to the formula. So this is the formula of the quotient rule, right? We already computed the derivatives there, so we substitute everything. So this is the denominator multiplied to the derivative of the numerator minus, right? Minus, we have here cosine x, derivative, all right, and divided by, you square the denominator. The denominator is 1 plus sine x, and then you square it. See? You square it. Once you reach this point, it would be easy. That is because you can simply do simplification. You just simplify. You multiply the numerator. For example, there's a lot of multiplication involved. If you look at the numerator now, then you need to multiply terms there, right? For example, this one needs to be multiplied, right? And minus, these two should also be multiplied. And this one should be squared. So if you know how to multiply them, then proceed. You can then simplify the numerator. So first you multiply the first term, right? The first term, when you multiply this, you multiply those, it will come up with negative sine x minus sine square x, right? And then when you multiply these two, so when you multiply them, right, it would become, so in front would be, so negative cosine square x, right? So negative cosine square x. That is because it has actually a negative sign, right? So look at here, it has a negative sign. So there's negative here, and then cosine times cosine is cosine square x, right? So cosine square x. And of course, there should be a negative sign. So negative cosine square x. All right? So this is now our numerator now. So our numerator is like this. That's our numerator. All right? That's our numerator. But remember this one? Do you remember this one? Is equal to this one? Now, there are some trigonometric properties, I think, that you need to remember as well. If you want to review those, trigonometric equivalents, I think that is also very helpful because you can use it here. You can maybe translate some of these into a different trigonometric function. So the numerator becomes, so instead of this one, it becomes something like this. So the numerator is equal to this one. Negative sine x minus sine square x plus cosine square x. So from there, it results into this one. So use the trigonometric identity. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you can remember some of the trigonometric identities, then that would be very, 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 very helpful when you do this analysis on the derivatives using trigonometric functions. Because you can replace, for example, this one, sine square x plus cosine square x can be replaced with 1 because that is an identity. Now, sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to 1. So if you know what cosine square x plus cosine square x is, then it will just give you 1. Right? So it would be something like this. And then you can factor out negative 1 and then put it outside. As you can see in here, so we put negative there, it would be 1 plus sine x, right? So from here, you put negative, you know that there is a negative 1 that's common to both terms. So you put the negative outside, so this one becomes now a positive, and this one would also be positive, right? So what happens there is that the derivative of fx would be this one, negative 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus sine x squared. Remember, this is v squared in the quotient rule. So this is our numerator divided by the denominator, right? Can we simplify it? Can we simplify it further, Can we simplify this one? Can we simplify it? So if we could simplify this, we will simplify it. But if we cannot simplify it, that would be our final answer. But since we can actually simplify it, then we will simplify it. How do we simplify it? We can cancel out one of the sine x, right? We can cancel out one of the sine x over there, right? So what is left is minus 1 all over 1 plus sine x, right? So what is left is negative 1, which is outside the numerator. There will be negative 1 that's left in there. But in the denominator, we can cancel out one of the 1 plus sine x. And what is left is 1 plus sine x, right? So that would be our final answer. The final answer is negative 1 over 1 plus sine x. So that would be the final answer. So if you have some questions, again, leave those below. And if you want to see more videos, please give me a follow, and maybe hit the notification as well, so you'll see exactly when I upload new videos like this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.